All right, today we've got a very exciting episode, very exciting and scary for me because this is the first time I'm doing a solo interview. Obviously, my partner in crime isn't here, and we usually bounce off each other. So today it's like the Halfcast podcast, the half-ass podcast. But I think the biggest thing that I'm excited for this interview is because. Well, at first when I go, I've got Stand By Myself, I'm thinking, what the hell am I going to talk to him about? And I was trying to think of stuff to come up with, and I was watching a lot of your videos, and the biggest thing that I've been trying to think of for the last 4 weeks was that kept coming up was like even mental strength for like sports players, athletes, it goes across the board. Whoever it is, musicians, songwriters, actors, like a lot of it comes down to the mental aspect of it. And if Ty was here, we wouldn't be talking about that because he wouldn't be. I don't want to talk about this mental bullshit. So I think it's all lined up perfectly. We get to go back and forth. Today we've got Stan Walker here, actor, singer-songwriter, philanthropist, survivor. Anything else you want to add in?
Guesser, botser.
Man, yeah, I'm this one's a big one for me. So even a lot of, I don't know if it's that time of year, but man, the amount of messages that I'm getting, like with people struggling or doing it hard in the last 2 weeks, has been crazy. There's been like a big spike, and I don't know if it's external factors like Christmas coming up, or like people's money going out, pressure, bills, everything, family. Got to see family you don't want to see. I don't know if it's all adding up, and then everyone. But I've got a lot of friends and stuff struggling, but also we get a lot of viewers in messaging me like who are going through, like obviously I'm out at the moment with injury. A lot of viewers come in, they're going through injuries or they're going through their own struggles. They're like, how do you deal with it? So I think this is a perfect opportunity for someone like you who's been through in the darkness and come out in the light. So hopefully we can have a chat about that. Let's get into it. I'll do an intro later and give all your accolades that you've gone through, but
no, you don't, bro.
I'll do it when you're gone. And I'll be like, he's done 7 years gold, platinum records,
bro.
The biggest for maybe viewers don't know Stan Walker, but let's go music career.
Singer.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's it? Your intro, you've done movies now. Your music, so what's on the go at the moment? You got new songs coming out, singles?
Yeah, I've just been releasing new music. Had a couple of songs come out, and then hopefully release new songs. And I've got heaps of music ready. Yep. But it's just bro, doing a song actually takes a lot. It's a lot of work and a lot of back end stuff, a lot of contracts, who's getting paid what and all this, and there's a lot of back and forth. If in a perfect world, write the song, put it out then and there, but bro, you gotta get it mastered, gotta get the producers agreements, gotta get all this, and so, but I got heaps of new music coming out, and then I just started writing a book, bro.
Swear. See, that's what it is. You're just like a creative across the board. It was another person like that, Jakil, who we were just talking about.
Oh, bro, he's the man.
Yeah, with that creative side, when I watch you go, it just doesn't matter what it is. You're going to be successful at it. So what's your creative process with that?
Well, music, bro, when I write songs, if I can't see what it looks like in the video, then for me, I'll probably stop writing it. I'll just go, because for me, it's not, music is just always going to be my gateway to lead to so many different things. The way I think now, it has to be a big picture thing. The music has to go in line with the images, with the video, with what I'm wearing, the message. And then what else can we do with that song? Where can we take it? What's the song about? Get these brands on. If I do a song about, I don't know, I just finished doing a song with my bro Seth, and it's called Cool Down. And if you listen to it, you think, it's just a song about this woman, and it's a I don't know, sexy R&B song, but it's all about climate change, bro.
Oh, really?
And in the islands, and we shot it in Raro, and I half live in Raro and then in New Zealand, and the effects of climate change are straight up at the islands, bro. We're all good in the big cities in Australia and New Zealand. With floods, we go inside, we have a drink of water, we can chuck it away, get another one. But like high tides over in like places like Tuvalu and Kiribati, like bro, it wipes out the whole island. So I'm trying to think like that, bro. Like the whole picture where I can really move and change culture and change people's lives, and not just for a song, but the song is the vehicle.
Yeah, and I was watching like a lot of the things, and that's looks like your goals are a lot bigger now than what they were. It's like worldwide rather than just like changing yourself. And that was actually on that. I was listening to, is it Give?
Oh, yeah.
How you gonna change the world, and if you don't change yourself, you can't change yourself. I think it was one of the lines in that hit, and I was like, that's exactly right.
Yeah,
people want to do big things, but they've still got their own problems.
Yeah.
So,
and bro, it starts with yourself, bro. Everybody's trying to do this and say this, and bro, it's so funny. The older you get, the more I think I know, the more I actually don't know. But I was just like, man, I actually need to set if I'm gonna be talking about it and be about it, I need to be about it first.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, like it starts with yourself. I reckon.
100%. Like, so even my family, like with my little brother or my family's going through stuff. It's like, how am I going to tell you to stop going out and drinking if I'm out here drinking? Do you know what I, like?
Yeah, I know.
So you got to be about it, and that's one thing I think I've been training with my training. That's one of my, like, I guess getaways. Like, I wouldn't say weakness, but like so the way I see like weakness is the way like taking the easy road.
Yeah,
do you know, like the easy path. Like it's easy to go eat shit. It's easy to sleep in. It's easy to just sit and watch TV.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm like, seeing that in myself.
Yeah,
is like I see that weakness and it scares the shit out of me, because I'm like, that person can come out any time and just sit there, do nothing, and like waste the life.
Yeah.
So every time I just wake up, I try and torture that weakness in me. just go for bold.
Sit your ass down,
bro. Like I booked myself in this Sunday to do a triathlon. Because I'm a bad runner and a bad swimmer. So
Sully, you better not drown. Get tired, eh? Just float deep, float. Get that backwards.
Yeah, that'll be like that's the news report there. It's like, train before you go. No, I just like have a crack, man.
That's the one, Gene.
Yeah. So even when you're saying with the movies and the cultural side. Well, actually, has there always been big goals for you? So, like, you know how you're doing climate change and these big issues. Even your or donating all your streaming, was it to just from your last songs to the
Christchurch,
Muslim,
to Muslim people,
from Christchurch. So, like, even those issues, has it always been big issues like that for you, or do you think as you've gotten bigger and been able to use your platform, that's when you started being able to talk on these issues?
Well, I just didn't know where to start. My heart and my passion has always been for my people, bro. Especially for Pacific Indigenous people. That's always been my number one. Like anything that I can do, whatever I can do to make that or inspire people or bring people with me. Like, you know, when I win, we all win.
Yeah, 100%.
And the thing is, who am I to win if my people ain't winning?
Yep.
So it's always been like in me. But now I know how to go about things, and I wanna same for me, bro. I've never studied, bro, and I'm having to actually study this stuff, bro, because I can't be like, yo, climate change, stop drinking like this, stop doing these things, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
These actors up there just trying to, that's me,
like talking about this shit, and I like actually don't even know, but I'm like, just keen to learn, bro. Like I think more now than ever, I'm more teachable, bro. I'm just sitting here like a kid. I want to learn. Like I'm going in not knowing anything, and I'm not going to speak on like I know. I'm just like, come on the journey with me, and like especially with like if there's an issue and I don't act like, you know, I don't respond to it, then I feel like I'm a part of a problem, bro. Yeah. Especially when it like anything that's got to do with our people, anything that's got to do with the land, anything that's got to do with climate change or like injustice or something like that, and even encouraging especially our young men, bro.
Oh man,
like I have to like do something, but I go and I have to educate myself, bro, especially if it's like an issue that you have to be educated on, bro. I actually study because I don't want to go out there and go, that's why I think stuff them. They're like, who the hell do you think you know?
That's the wrong subject.
like you're talking shit.
No, I know exactly what you mean. I think this is the most study I've done for anything in a while. I think this is the most notes I've taken down. I was like sitting there going, bro, if I mess this up, this is gonna be no, but I know exactly what you mean. And talking about like with our people as well, like building. You were saying building up our people, building up everyone around us.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing for what me. Well, I can't speak on time, but for me as well, it's like showing people what we can do. We don't have to just do the one road. We don't need to beat each other up. Oh, bro, you can't do that. That's gonna be hard. I don't.
We're the worst, bro.
We love a lot of negativity.
Cool hey, you think you're the man now?
You got mad glasses. What your stars? Bro, that's and I think it comes down to a lot of our joking, like our humor.
Yeah, bro.
Like because we like joke each other and tease each other about it. Eventually, it becomes like serious.
Bro, it's for real, bro.
Yeah,
you're speaking that into somebody's life.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
Oh, sure, I can't do
exactly, 100%. So I was watching, even going back to your audition tape for Idol. Yeah, so
why did you have to bring that up?
No, for me, I think it was the coolest part, and what like was the transformation, like seeing you now from then. It was like the confidence in like how you talk and how you, everything. And obviously that's one just going through life. Like you learn on the road. You were just a young kid then.
Yeah, hard.
But also like your style.
Oh, bro, hard.
Changed a lot. Hey, no, don't worry. Mine's the same. If they bring back photos from like, hey, I'm done, bro. Like I was like freaking look like a little pork dumpling, G. A little cutie. Like I was like, I look like Keel's little brother. Sad to my bro. Nah, sorry, G. I love you. No,
till I die.
I was chubby as well. I used to be a little chubby, and then
I had a baby face, bro. Even when I was fit, people like a still like go on TV like, "Fuck, you've lost heaps of weight." I was like, that was this morning.
Even though I remember one time, I think it was like one of the school formals, I had one of those belts that had the writing that goes through it, and I had like Pedro going through it, like in case my mates didn't remember that it was me. Like,
bro, did you wear the scarf?
Bro, one time I wore the scarves.
Mohawk mullets.
Bro, I had one that like me and my mate found like hair dye, and I dyed it all blonde.
Just a patch. The
half, but that way from the left side of my head to the back side of my right, and I had 4 rat's tails.
Oh, bro, I had the Radio of Doom, bro.
Yeah, no, it was disgusting. If I look back and I met myself, I would have slapped him.
Bro, I feel like getting a mullet now, G.
Yeah, grow it out. Bro. It's back.
It's an afro. No.
So even I was listening when you were editing some of those videos, man. You said, do you do your own editing or you?
Yeah, I do all direct it, all the concepts.
Far out. So,
but even with the videos, bro, like anybody that's in my video, they're all Polynesian, indigenous people. Yeah. I've made it a point years ago that I'm like, why do we have to use other people that don't look like us or not us? I was like, we got all the talent, all the things. So yeah.
Yeah. On that, I had a note here. And you mentioned that how your people don't own the land, usually like caretakers of the land.
Yeah, bro.
Like usually part of the land.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you say that, because like all of the original cultures, like even the Aborigines, I'm pretty sure they believe the same thing.
Exactly the same thing,
so
bro.
it's funny how like it wasn't about owning, it was about protecting the land and for everything that like all those cultures. But on the editing, I've never been a part of I did Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yo.
The new movie. Nah, don't get excited. Don't get excited.
No way.
Because the part was very, very, very small.
It doesn't matter. Your energy.
Like, I wasn't shooting any things out of my get over here. No, nothing like that.
No
I was a cornerman. I
would have been in the corner.
The best cornerman you've ever seen.
Bro, actually on that, G, has Keel told you the time that he got into my movie?
No.
Bro, this guesser. So because I was shooting a film, Chasing Comets.
Yep.
As a footy film, Aussie film.
Yep.
With Dan Ewing and Isabel Lucas and heaps of people. Anyway, we were shooting and I was like, come to the scenes we're doing today. Yeah. We were shooting at Cronulla, and so he became an extra.
Yeah.
And he got this one line going like, how's the game? But he took it to the neck and he goes, so what's my line? I need my line. He's like, and he goes, how's the game? I was like, bro, relax.
Too much.
Bro, and he reckons, he was talking to me, he goes, I'm not doing this unless I get lines. He's like, get the lines and get me in the shot.
Lad, it's extra, not too extra.
Bro, and he was being extra, bro. Next time you see him, ask him, how was your acting debut?
Yeah, you know Zen, right?
Yeah, bro.
He did the same thing. So he came to Adelaide with me, and we're doing the Mortal Kombat. He's got me the role, and then he's decided to sit in where we walk out so that the camera makes sure he gets a clear shot as he's coming out.
So where's the camera going?
Yeah. And he's just pretending to sit there. I was like, if you ever sit in my shoot again. Right, so it was a big picture, but I don't know. That's the first time I've ever been a part of acting.
Yo.
And it was nothing like I thought. Like, I don't want to do it for a while again. because especially for the actors, it's shit.
Yeah, bro.
For the extras, I mean.
Oh, yeah,
like
the extras.
Bro, the extras,
you know,
no.
have to go outside, wait all together.
Bro, I was extra. Like, so I reckon I had this stool and I had to run it in and put it down for the cornerman. And then I didn't even have any lines. I had mimed lines.
Yeah.
Like, the camera was right in, zoomed on me, but I had to like pretend I was pumping him up.
Yeah.
I reckon I did that shot 120 times.
Yeah, bro.
Like, I ran up the stairs, I put the seat down, I said the thing to him, and I thought, oh, sweet, that's it. 120 times over 4 days, same thing, over and over and over again.
And
the camera's here, the camera's here, camera's here. I was like, I'm done. Like,
do you know what the worst thing is? Is that it might not even make the shot.
Bro, it'll be, if it does, and my face, like, that's the camera, it'll probably go.
Yeah, bro, literally, it might be
like
2 seconds.
Bro, that's the worst, bro. Big picture, but
you're Mortal Kombat, bro.
I'll be in the credits.
Bro,
that
Mortal
stool
Kombat.
guy. I'll be like that stool guy.
Stop the credits, say the second photo. I was in there.
So, I got told from Jaquil that you're a bit of a, like, talking about Mortal Kombat, you're a bit of a fighter, eh?
No, I'm not. No. Oh, bro, especially now, I'll get broken. I'm look like a little
Nah, you
toothpick.
got sharp hands now.
No. We used to, me and him used to roll all the time.
Yeah.
And he will deny this to this day. So I was getting cheeky and just kept on going at him, and he got angry. So he took it, and he got serious, and he had me up against the fence. And this is when I was solid and he was a bit skinnier, but he's bigger than me. He had me up against the fence, and I was like rubbing, and then it started blinking. I was like, get off, bro. And he goes, nah, G, nah. And I was like, what? He's getting serious. Bro, I grabbed him by his head, picked him up, and I dropped him. I just want to say I had that.
Out wrestled.
Look at me now.
Pinned him.
Bro, I dropped him on the ground, and I got witnesses, bro. I got my best mate Fender to back me up, because I picked him up and dropped him on his ass.
He literally sent me the text saying, and he'll probably tell you that he out-wrestled anyone or out-wrestled me. So he knew this story was coming and you mentioned it.
And he's going to go, nah. I was just like, but who ended up on the ground? Who ended up on your head?
Well, he's not here to tell it, so...
But like saying that now, bro, he'll look at me and just go, push.
Yeah, bro, he's a bit bigger now, eh?
Oh, he's a big boy. I'll just have to run.
Well, that's why we learned to fight, because we couldn't run. But he's like I was saying, bro, so talented. Like, even when you're saying he could have played footy, he could have played for the Roosters, could have done anything.
Bro, even now he's a big boy. They still want him.
Yeah,
because he's that good.
He was sparring with Ty. I was like, what are you doing? But he's like in there wrestling. He's just strong, athletic. They're just gifted, man. Their whole family, hey. Bro,
and the thing is, he's got the head of like, nah, I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna go hard. He's a champion, bro. He's got a champion mindset. He's not gonna lose, even if he loses. Nah. That's just a stepping stone to winning. Yeah.
Well, going into that, that's why I wanted to get onto this mental side. There's more to cover, but even with your battle with cancer, I don't know if you like want to tell your story or like explain to the fans, because they might not know. Was it 13? You had 13 lesions on your stomach?
Yeah.
And how much of the stomach did they cut out?
Take the whole thing out.
What?
Yeah.
You got no stomach?
No stomach, bro. My bowel's my stomach now. So they pulled my esophagus down, stretched it, and connected it to my bowel.
So you're like that picture where the food actually goes straight from there to your ass.
Bro, actually, it's just a cord. It's a cord. Bro, I tell you now, ass killing it, bro. I got the stinkest farts and shit you ever, like, and they like mucky and like, because it takes a while and thing, but when it happens, bro, it's like heaps.
So, because what, like, your stomach has everything that breaks down the food, right?
Yeah, all the acids and everything.
Yeah, so what happens that it doesn't break down the food properly, or?
No, it does, but so I get bile from my gallbladder. Yep. So every time that you know what the stomach did, the gallbladder's kind of doing, and yeah, bro, I don't know, the body overcompensates. It compensates for everything that's gone. And bro, it's trippy, bro, because I was talking to somebody yesterday. I was at a cancer event yesterday. Yeah. For Sony Foundation, it's War for Ward, and I was talking to all these other kids who are still going through cancer or come through, and we were talking about our like different things, and I was just like, shit, how does that work? Like, you've got no this, and I was like, oh, it's the same thing for me. The body just adjusts.
Yeah. And it makes it happen. There's some sort of intelligence that just knows how to do
Bro,
it. Man. Right, have you watched the documentary Heal?
Nah.
Oh man, you got to watch it. I got a couple points I wanted to ask you about then from it. So they cut out your stomach, and then was that before or after? Because how long was this over? This was like a year battle.
Nah. So I found out in July, and then I was supposed to get my my stomach out in August, but I was working, and I was like, I gotta work. Like, so I pushed it back a month. My mum was angry. I was just like, no, I've got to finish stuff like. Because I knew that I was going to, I don't know how long I was going to be out. And I was like, bro, I can't not work. I have to work. That's just, I love working. I'm addicted to it. But, so when I got out in September, and I botsed it, bro. I tried to do a gig with the boys, with Eddie and Keel.
Yeah.
And Ronnie, and I was just like, I went in back into hospital, bro. I was like, all good. I felt like I was all good, and then I was like sick, and I was trying to handle it, like, I'm all good, just a little bit sore. And bro, it got to the point where I couldn't move it, and I was just like, bro, I'm so sorry, I can't do the gig. I was like, can you please call my dad? Bro, I got rushed to hospital, rushed straight into freaking emergency operation. They basically performed the same thing again, opened me right up, cut open my scar tissue, and it was worse than before, bro.
Alright.
And then, the same thing, bro, I did try to bots it again, went back into hospital. And this time, bro, because they were like, oh, we need to open you up again. I was like, hell no. I was like, give me whatever drugs you got. I can't. I've got to go. I've got a festival tomorrow that I'm singing at. I was like, I'm not missing that. This is the first time back at working. Get me whatever you need to get me, because I ain't going. I'm not doing this again. But yeah, just
out, man.
Yeah, bro, it was trippy. Like,
so how long was that over?
Probably September,
August,
October, November, December, January. So 5 months.
This year?
No.
Last year?
2017 into 18. Yeah. Right.
Once that was done, then you just went straight back in the music, because you were already out for that little bit that you could barely do that.
It was the worst, bro. My brain was all there. Like, it was like, why can't my body catch up? And I was getting angry, bro. I was like real short. Yeah. Like, I just couldn't handle being and not being able to walk, bro. Yep. And I just botsed it. I just went back to work way too early. Yep. Then had more complications in and out of hospital. But I just pushed it, bro, because I just like, nah, I can do it. And then when people told me, you can't do it, no, you're not supposed to. Yeah. What do you think I want to do?
That's when you do it.
I've always been a
yeah. So this is a go-getter. So this is what one of the questions I thought of. I was like, do you think that same drive or that made you successful in what you're doing, that say like whether it's singing, acting, whatever, is the same reason that you had that drive to push through the battle of like cancer, and the reason why because I've always believed, that it comes to belief and knowing what you're going to do. Like I knew I was going to fight. I know when I'm going to do something, and when I put my mind to it, I'm going to do it. No one can stop me. You know, and like I was wondering, like, do you think that that's the same thing, that you knew you were going to beat cancer? It was just
Oh yeah, bro. There was never ever a thought. I didn't know the process, but I was just like, well, I'm definitely not going to die. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of like, when I get better, what am I doing? There was never ever one thought that I'm going to die. Yeah. Like, I mean, I almost died a few times, but it wasn't like I'm going to die. Yeah.
But it's just how you're wired, hey?
Bro, fully. And I'm like Shaquille, bro. We don't like being told what to do, and we will go for it, and even because we believe in ourselves, bro.
Sounds like a few people.
Bro, and we're know-it-alls, bro. We're bots.
That's all. I think that's all of us.
Bro, I come from a family of know-it-alls, bro. We know everything, and then it's like, don't touch the fire, don't touch the hot stove. I'm gonna touch it.
Tell me again.
Yeah, hard out, bro. Like, it's just. But I think that's probably been like, it's probably been the best thing, and sometimes my downfall. Because, like, you know, like, I need to listen better. But, like, in terms of like my drive, bro, that's just, I'm always going to do it.
Now you're writing a book.
Yeah.
So what's the book? Just a life story, or is it? Yeah,
it's like just about my whole life. Like, I've been offered from different publishing companies for like the last 7 years. Oh, we want you to do a book. And I was just like, nah, I'm all good. Like, I don't want to do one. And because I was like, man, I haven't even lived properly yet. And then after, when I got cancer, I thought, man, that closed my whole first chapter of my life. Yeah. I was like, yep, okay, I'm ready. Chapter 1, I can write about that. So now's the time. And bro, it's mean, bro. It's like therapy doing it. Yeah. Talking about stuff. I'm like, oh.
Well, like, so you've had to go massive, like, reflectively, hey?
Yeah, bro.
Right back into deep.
Like, so, right back.
Yeah. So that was another thing that Heal book's about, Heal documentary. So it's, have you heard of Joe Dispenza? the Dr. Joe
Nah.
Dispenza.
Oh,
So breaking the habits of being yourself or becoming supernatural.
has he got a book?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
2
think
books, and then he's in this documentary. So he
yeah.
broke his back,
Yeah.
and they said that he had to have this like crazy surgery, whatever. And instead, he was just like, well, my mind knows how to keep my heart beating, keep me breathing, so surely it knows how to heal itself as well. So all he did was just sit there and like think about healing himself, picture and putting it together, everything. And they said he would never be able to walk again. Like, and he just sat
That's
there, meditated,
crazy,
thought
bro.
about it until he healed his own body. So that's what like the majority of it's about. But even it talks about like you making yourself sick. So like your emotional stresses from when you're a kid, or like all the stuff that you've gone through, and you know like. I'm pretty sure 90% of the islanders that I know have been physically, maybe mentally, some sort of, I don't want to say tortured.
Just fussy.
But we call it discipline or love. Even in our family.
Love you.
This is because I love you.
Syllables A, don't count.
I was 18 when it happened. Docs. All right, so the camera wasn't on, so that's all right. We got your face for the majority of the shot.
Shit.
So at least we got the better looking one on there. So yeah, we're talking about hiding. So, going back to the like it talks a lot about the emotional stress, and then that's what the people pretty much make themselves sick. Because if you go back to it, it's all mental. Yeah, because the same reason that you got out of it was because of your mindset.
Yeah.
So probably there's a high chance of what it put it into. So there was like these 9 processes. Well, 9 subjects. They did interviews for all of these people in remission.
Yo.
And it said these were the 9 ones that every one of them had that got them into remission. So I just wanted to tell them to you and see if they like any of them resonated with you. But so these are 9. So radically changing your diet, taking control of your health, following your intuition, using herbs and supplements, releasing suppressed emotions, increasing positive emotions, embracing social support, deepening your spiritual connection, and having a strong reason for living.
Bro, that's all of them right there.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm terrible with my health. Like I go on these stints of like being healthy and then traveling, I get whatever. But like when I'm actually on, bro, I eat healthy. My missus is the biggest drive for me.
Yeah.
She tells me what I need to hear and what I need to do rather than what I want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, she's my biggest, like, bro, she gives me hidings, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just with her eyes.
Yeah,
I'm scared of her. She's a little thing, bro, but I'm more scared of her.
Yeah, no.
Bro.
I know exactly what I mean.
Hey, like, all these people not scared of anybody, like, tell me what to do, and then next minute, sorry, hun. Sorry, hun.
Stab.
Why don't you listen?
Yeah, no, I'm the same. But yeah, so they were really interesting for me. So even in the doc it talks about it, but only 2 of those are actually physical.
Yeah.
So like changing your diet and stuff like that, they're the only 2 physical. All the rest are all like
it's all mental,
all emotional. So like that was one of the biggest things for me. I'm like, so all of the people that are in remission from this interview, it was all the mental battle. Once they beat that, then they were able to get through it. So
bro. And it is a big, because I've seen the bro, I've watched so many people die of cancer and people have cancer, bro, in my family. It's like Brooklyn found out yesterday that my little cousin's got the same cancer as me.
Right.
And so like I freak out when I'm on the other end because I'm the family member, but when you go for it, it's like, oh well, just go through it. But now I have to like be the kind of example, and you know, we got to help, like even helping my mum, bro. When my mum got cancer just before I did, that freaked me out. But I had to like step up because my family are dramatic as, and they made it all about them, you know, they all got their different reasons, but I had to be my mum's like right hand man. But you have to like, honestly, it's a mental game, bro. Yep. It's a mental game, like, and like that support with people, even that's a mental game. You got to let them in, and or if you're on the other end, you got to help them and talk them up.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy. So
bro.
Even going back to your book, have you had to hit like a lot of hard issues that maybe like that haven't come up in a long time? Like that's even with like reflectively, like I know when I'm looking back on it, I was like, bro, I didn't even think about that. And then you're looking back and go, shit, that probably did mess me up a little bit.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, so we're just on this like first like chapter, like we did, my first session was 6.5 hours of talking, bro. Right. Just like it was like therapy, bro. But I understand now, looking back with the mind that I have today, I'm like far out, because there's so many things that I blame myself for, or I just had to get over, and like, oh, that was my fault. Bro, I was like, I feel sorry for the little me. I was like, poor Stan, poor fella, like had to go through that on his own. But like, bro, just like I've got no problem talking about stuff, but when I had to talk deep and go back to that far, and I'm like, far, now I understand, because I was like a little kid, I didn't have actual understanding of situations. And I'm like, far, bro, actual mental toughness, bro. Because I used to get smashed like my whole childhood from my dad. I remember at school, if I was
I feel like I know this story.
You know, like it's normal for us, get like fully sprayed, like broken bones, sent to hospital, everything. But I remember if I went to school, because I was the smallest kid, if I got bullied, in my head I was just like, nobody ever is gonna hit me like my dad, so go hard. And I never cried in front of nobody, bro.
It's so crazy that you say this, because that's exactly the reason, the mentality I go in. I just spoke about this on the recently with fighting. Like I go in the octagon, and like people were like, oh, do you get scared? I was like, no. It's like, because no one's gonna hit me as hard as my dad did. Like I've only been knocked out twice, touch wood, but both times were by him. And that was like my front tooth's fake, broken nose, that's just and I'm just like, and even my last fight, it's funny how much it plays on you, because like I snapped my ACL. So I've once it snapped, I just heard it snap and just felt burning straight away. And that was in like the second round, early in the second round. So I still had another 2 rounds to go through. So I just kept falling over, and I was setting up, but I was like, bro, if I don't keep fighting, my dad's gonna give me hiding out the back.
That's all plays on your mind, eh?
So I was just like, keep throwing hands. So I know exactly what you mean, man. And it's funny when you look at that and you're like, bro, it's probably a little bit crazy, like
hard out, but at the same time, bro,
why we are who we are.
I'm ruthless in my work and anything that I do, bro, because of like those little things 100%. Growing up like that. And I'm like, well, nobody's ever, like, I never, bro, that's the one thing I got into heaps of fights, got hidings at school, but I never cried, bro, and I took it. That's the way I was just like, so I was tough.
Yeah, well, tough, see, as soon as my dad would look at me later on, I would just...
Bro, you know what? Oh, bro, cry in front of my dad, and then you cry louder, you get a harder hit.
When he knocked me out, so we were at the gym, and I thought I've told this story before, but everyone was around the ring, and you know James Sooner, Thomas Sooner?
Yeah, bro.
So they were all there, and we're sparring. He had a fight coming up, and I was like, it was the first time I hit him hard, like cracked him, and I was poof, and I just saw his eyes like glass over. The only other person I've seen that his eyes go like that, Mark Hunt. Like they glass over, and it's almost like a killer. Like you know, like when I saw his eyes go like that, I go, whoa, hey, Dad, Tyson, it's me,
it's me, your son.
So I started just running around. I'm like, just stay away from that, and then just bap up, and then I just remember coming to, and I was like looking around. And I was like, please don't be at the gym, because I could hear all the talking. And then I remember looking at all the boys standing around the ring.
Just looking at you.
No. They were pretending like they didn't see it. No one saw shit. So I was like, ain't no one going to help me? Nah, you all good? Yeah, sweet.
That's your problem, my bro.
Yeah. Good luck, Tyson. Sweet. They're like, we don't want to ask whooping. They're like, we don't want to hide. So I grabbed my teeth, and I was like, I picked up my teeth, and I'm like, I got to get out of the ring. And Dad was like, where are you going? He's like, you still got a minute 30 left on the clock.
Bro, that's staunch.
So like I started, he goes, and then he just made me punch him for the next minute 30, and he was trying to bite my hands while I'm punching him. So his nose is all messed up. I'm crying. So I'm just like, punching. I was like, you know what? Fuck this fighting shit. and I'm pretty sure as well, like that was one of the times like he was because I told him that I wanted to fight instead of going to uni. He wanted me to go to uni, none of our family and stuff. Because he had King of the Cage, so he didn't want me to go down that fighting route. He wanted me to go do schooling, and so my mum's massive like in teaching. So I think that was a bit of a hiding as well. Like that was all. It was all added up. There was a lot of a lot of love. There was a lot of love in one session.
Bro, that's all now.
But that's what builds you, isn't it? Like it was because of those
bro.
That mental toughness. Like I know I'm a very solo person. I don't know how are you, like, do you need a lot of people around you for energy to keep
No, well, I live by myself. Like I do my whole thing. I like hanging around people for fun.
Yeah.
But I don't need like I'm
For
quite
energy for motivation
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. Well, that's like there's I think very similar. Like I don't need anyone to tell me to get up, go to training.
Oh,
I'm there. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm working. Like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna push. So
Yeah.
and I think that's what like you know you're doing extras like even I don't know how you are in the studio, but it's like obsessive.
Yeah, bro. You have to be obsessed
Yeah.
about your work
Yeah.
and your craft or whatever you're doing, because that's it. I reckon that's why that's the best people. They're obsessed with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that, I don't know how is it. Does it affect ever like your relationships or family or anything because it's an obsession?
Yeah, bro. Well, I got a little family, bro, and so they're in Raro, and it affects us because I've got my missus going, you know, Bubba's asking for you, everything like that. But in my mind, it works perfectly. I'm working hard for us so that we can have this lifestyle and build our house in Raro, and I've got to pay my house off in New Zealand. Like, so I'm like, I need to work. I was like, I sat down with my missus and I was just like, you know, this stuff ain't cheap.
Yeah.
So I got to work harder.
You know
so
that
that's
iPhone,
sacrifice.
You know that iPhone 11 you're FaceTiming me on?
Yeah, bro, I'm just like, and because she works hard too, but I'm like, I have to work harder because, bro, and I like spending money. Like,
yeah.
So I'm like, it's.
You think I dress nice like this for cheap?
I ain't going to freaking JJ's. Nah. Say to JJ's.
Oh,
nah, I love JJ's all day.
No, you. Yeah, that's 100%. It's like anything. I think any obsession. It's like it's very selfish, and like that's why I love fighting. I'm a fighter. I'll always be around martial arts.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can be at the top for too long without it starting to affect family and relationships.
Bro,
because
definitely.
like that's why I think the injury, and I always believe like shit just happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Like that when I had this injury, I've been out for a year, and you get home and you see everyone's doing it hard. They didn't want to tell you, your family, shit that you didn't know about. Because I was gone for like 6 months last year just in training camps. And you get back and you're like, oh man, this injury, this is bullshit. But then it's like when your career is like doing really well, other stuff's lacking because of it, and it's always hard to find that balance, I think. And so bro. Like with that obsession, like I don't want to be selfish for that long. Like I want to give it everything, but I don't see myself doing it till like, man, I don't know, Mark, he's still in there like 40 something fighting. I was like, bro, how am I going to keep getting these like tarot cash spots if I Bro, that's what, like, if you'd ask me, and even with you, like, did you see yourself being this big when you were a young kid?
No way, bro. And the same thing, like you modeling, bro.
Yeah.
I never thought that, bro, the brands that I've been a part of and like actual modeling.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm a guesser, bro. I'm ugly. I don't even look like, bro. I know how to pose, but like, so it makes me look all good because I know what to do. But, bro, I just never thought.
Have you seen my ears?
Have you seen my nose?
Don't worry, I'm right there with you. Bro, if I'm like my family used to tease me all the time saying there's no way I'm going to be a model. So it's like,
bro,
you think like even with like Islanders, bro, going back to that, like with all their family and stuff, I like being able to show that, like even with 1-4, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so showing that there is different routes to take. Like we we're just talking about this off, and it's like with investments, with business, with like we get told we can lift heavy because we're strong. That, so we can lift scaffolding. We're good. We're strong. Yeah. And even that, bro, is so much pressure on these young kids, bro. Man. So many family friends that they're because. All right, if you don't make it, the family doesn't make it.
I know, and they put that pressure on you too. And then, son, you know, sending money back.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I understand that. I fully understand that. But I was like, if you actually want to do something, buy a house because they can't be spent. Like, you know. Yeah. But yeah, bro, the pressure. Eh? Yeah. The pressure on these poor fellas, bro, and I've seen
already to make the top. My little brother played for Bulldogs, and that's it's so much pressure. Even in the top, bro. Yeah. Even MMA doesn't matter if it's football, doesn't matter if it's sport, doesn't matter if it's you performing on stage. Yeah. That pressure, like if you don't know how to deal with it, I think that's why, like, out of the West, we're getting a lot of such like raw talent coming out. Yeah, bro. Because we've already been through hardships in our life. Yeah. So you've figured out how to deal with stuff already. Yeah, so when you get hit by these like curveballs, you sort of know how to deal with it.
Yeah, bro.
Like, because you know how to deal with hardships. I think when you haven't been through that shit, and then something happens, you don't know how to deal with it, your mind's not toughened already.
Yeah, bro.
It's gonna be a hard week.
Bro, actual though, eh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So like, and that's why like I think it's how much confidence in yourself you have now and stuff, because you know you can you battled it, you've been through it, you've been in it. So,
yeah, and just don't care no more.
Yeah.
Like, I just do what I want.
Yeah, and bro, as kids as well, bro, you don't even know who you are until like you're still trying to figure out yourself for all this time. So you're not even able just to do whatever you want, because you're like, shit, do I do this because my parents said? Do I do this because my family said? Do I do this because I'm supposed to be in this area? Like, it's finding yourself's a very hard thing.
Bro, hard, eh? Especially like, I feel like your dad's like my dad. I remember when I said I wanted to start singing, he goes, you ain't singing, you're going to get a real job. Nah, don't do that stupid stuff. That's not a real job. Yep. You need to get a real job. Bro, he gave me a hiding, bro, because I dropped out of school on my own, and then I started wanting to do gigs, and like he literally, and then he kicked me out. Yeah. But then because he didn't understand, bro, because he's only worked with his hands. So he's like, that's the only way, that's a job. Like,
there's no way you would have been successful or anything like that if you had have gone that route. Hey?
Yeah. Because he didn't understand that. Yeah, bro.
Even with these kids playing games and getting paid to play games, imagine telling these
millions
parents.
of dollars, bro. They're like, get a real job, go to school, get up.
Mum,
like,
watch this.
Bro, I just got a couple of mil just for winning freaking
100%. But if it wasn't for singing, what do you think you'd be doing? Like, say, like, if there was no singing, like, obviously that's it. Do you reckon it would still be? I saw you had a farm and stuff.
Yeah, like, but I don't know. Oh, bro, I don't even know what I thought I knew what I would do, but I don't know. But like now, if I had my brain now and I knew this, I'd probably be just doing acting, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, acting. Yeah. I love acting, bro.
Yeah, nice.
Because I get to not be myself.
Yeah, well, bro, that's a hard one. I have to
live with Stay and Walk every day, and I'm like, oh, bloody hell, sick of it. So just doing other characters, I'm like, yo.
Even on that, bro, acting, like, going back to that mental side, I've always, like, and this is just a weird thought that I've had. I was like, do you reckon that a lot of actors have drama because they don't really know who they are either, because they're always pretending to be someone that's not them?
Bro, I reckon, especially because there's different kind of actors. There's method actors that become the person, that role. So they walk and talk and breathe that thing, bro. And I reckon it stuffs with them because you probably have that character.
Is that like Heath Ledger?
Bro,
yeah. That's like the Joker. Hey, he becomes the Joker rather than like, and the craziness and the.
Bro, and that was stuff. Yeah, I'm not that kind of person, bro. I just turn it on there. And the characters are not too far from me.
Yeah. It's like The Rock. Hey, he's the same person in everyone. Movie. Bro, I like that one.
So I'm like, yo, but yeah, bro, just that, bro. I couldn't imagine that, bro. What's his name? Cliff Curtis. He does method acting, bro.
Who's that?
Uncle Bully.
Oh yeah.
So he's on like some of the biggest movies in the world, bro. And like he did this movie called Dark Horse, bro, where he played a mentally ill uncle, and he played chess. And he walked around with no tooth and got fat, and like he was like, oh, okay, like, you know, and like had like mental things and then
what, did it mess him up, or he?
Oh no, I didn't mess him up, but they would have messed me up, bro.
I'd be still walking around with one tooth. Wouldn't have been able to get out of character. They're
okay.
Movie's over, bro.
Bro, hard.
Well, we'll just finish off with some questions and we'll call it there, bro.
No, bro.
All right, so if you were to have a dinner, who's 5 guests that you would like to have there, dead or alive?
Ooh. Beyonce, first one. Yeah? Definitely, easy. 100%. Rihanna. 100%.
Bro, you and Ty had the same
Beyonce, Rihanna, Tyler Perry.
Yep.
He's filmmaker, does, you know. Yep. Oh, bro, and my grandmother.
Yep.
And my grandfather. They're dead, so I would have them.
Yep.
I know that's weird, like you got Beyonce and stuff. No. But I would have them.
Yeah.
That's like, sure. I think about them every day, so I would have them.
Mad.
Yeah.
That was a curveball with Tyler Perry. Why Tyler Perry?
Bro, he's one of my biggest inspirations. He used to be homeless, lived in his car, and now owns the biggest film studios in the world.
Is it that all black, isn't it?
Yeah, all black. And bro, he's actually the highest earning filmmaker in the world because of all his different productions. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's
cool. Yeah, bro.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
It's gonna be all good, my bro. Don't worry. Like, just keep going. Yourself. Keep going hard. Bro, I was a stuffed up little kid, bro. I just think like it's gonna be all good. You got a mean future ahead. Just keep going. Be yourself. Be a little weirdo.
Yeah. It's that noise, hey.
Yeah.
That noise is always there. The questions, like, what am I doing? Where are we going? Where, like,
bro, straight up.
I know.
The fully like.
Yeah, like where I'm from a broken family. I actually haven't said this on the podcast before, but when my family did split up, I was sort of living by myself for a long time at 16 or something. So I was like a gypsy, going back and forth, getting myself to going to school, like and then before and after, like I was just knew I just loved training. So I got into like this school that said you can come to class if you want.
Yeah.
So I was like, that means I could skip, and I was just skipping to train.
Yeah.
So it's like, you didn't know, I just knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So like, and but it's always that noise questions. Like, I think that's what, like, if someone's just telling you, hey, exactly, you don't know shit.
When
teaching yourself. But if someone was just there to say, hey, listen, just keep grinding it out and give it 100% to what you love, then you're good.
Yeah, you're on the right path.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Whatever the path is.
Yeah.
Well, wait, there's about 50 paths there. Yeah. Okay, you're not.
Go on it. Good.
Just go.
Which one? Yes. One of the biggest lessons you've learned in your career.
Always trust myself, my instincts. Like, yeah.
I thought you were going to say gut then, and I was like but it's not there.
Bro, I was like, oh man, I got a full stomach, I got none. Bro, I've used there so many times. Always trust my liver.
My esophagus.
Always trust my esophagus. Trust your ribs, bro.
Bro. Intuition,
always back myself. I remember one of my bros said to me, and bro, it just stuck with me, goes, bro, release what you want, stick with what you want. And I was like, fuck, yeah. Yeah, stick with yourself, back yourself, bro. Yeah. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Not second guess myself.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh no, I already asked that question. Was what profession would you be in if it wasn't? So, bro, just want to say thank you very much for coming in.
My bro.
First one. So you're the first one doing the Halfcast podcast. So
solo.
Thanks for being a part of it. And man, hope nothing but the best. Is there any sponsors or shout out for music promos coming up? What's touring?
I don't even know.
Check out Stan Walker. What Instagram tags? Everyone should already know who the hell you are. You're coming on my little last show. If they're not following, they better be following you.
Watch me get a hiding.
So I'll just put on Stan Walker. So I'll just shout out my Insta so that you can. People will be typing in Stan Walker and then like that's Tyson Pedro.
Teach me to be tough, G. Teach me to be tough.
Thank you very much, bro. Appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.